Apex Legends is a game that we all know, we all love, some of us hate, and I think I speak for the entire community here. It's been on a downward spiral, and it hasn't been hitting the same, man. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you guys do, EA recently changed the Battle Pass system for Apex Legends, and they announced that there's going to be 2 Battle Passes per season, 1 per split, and you can no longer purchase that Battle Pass with Apex coins. You have to purchase it with actual real doubloons. It just screams EA greed. It just screams, money grab. It just screams that they actually don't care about improving the game itself. They simply just want to, milk the game for as long as they possibly can. And EA has a track record of doing this with their video games and the video games that they publish and the game studios that they publish. If you look, for example, Anthem, Battlefield Bad Company, they have so many different games where, they have a crazy launch, they support the game all throughout its life cycle. And then once they realize people aren't interested as much or they're not as engaged in the game, they simply just let it go and they milk it for as long as they possibly can before it's done. The teats of Apex Legends are starting to run dry. Another thing that I want to add as well too, at the time of this recording, Apex Legends on Steam has gone from mostly positive to overwhelmingly negative, with over 30,000 reviews being negative about the Battle Pass. And if you don't address that, if you don't see the outcry and the outrage the community has regarding this Battle Pass, EA, you kind of deserve for the game to die. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, every single social media post, every single YouTube video has people commenting about the Battle Pass and saying, like, what are we doing? We are not buying this. We are not playing Apex until you revert this. Nobody asked for this. That's my big thing too. Like, who asked for this? Nobody in the community was like, hey man, you know what? Instead of banning the cheaters, instead of fixing the servers, instead of adding some actual engaging content to the video game where our players want to keep returning and playing, let's change the Battle Pass and make it where you can't buy it with Apex coins no more, actual game currency, and you have to buy it with your hard-earned cash. I think the players in the community will love that. And when your content recently has only been cash grabs, including, collection events and prestige skins and heirlooms and stuff like that, and of course it's a free-to-play game, so they have to make money somehow and monetize the game somehow. But when you aren't actually actively improving the game, where people want to invest into the game naturally because the game is good and they want to get better at the game, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It feels like you don't have the players' interest at heart. It feels like you're just simply using us as a dollar sign or using us as a money sign, and it doesn't feel good as a player, and it doesn't feel good as a content creator and as a streamer. If they keep going with this route and they continue, to push this Battle Pass agenda and this Battle Pass change, then I don't think Apex Legends is going to last another 5 years like it has. It's slowly been dwindling over the last couple of years, and I think I speak for a lot of day one players and OG players, is that we're just tired. The community has this tendency and this pattern of kind of flip-flopping, whenever a new season comes out, everybody's like, yeah, it's so good, it's so fire, I love it, But then 2 to 3 weeks into the season, everyone's like, this is so dog shit, this is so boring, there's no new content, whatever. So the community does have a history of doing stuff like that. There's a reason behind we do this, because it feels like every single update, we take 1 step forward and 2 steps backward. Every single update, they're adding a new way to monetize the game. Every single update, they're adding a new way to kind of get money out of your pockets and into EA's hands. Of course, you don't have to spend the money. Of course, you don't have to. You have the choice. That's the power of choice, right? As a human being, you have the choice to either spend money or not spend money. But like I said, when you're using kind of greedy tactics to get the money out of our pockets, and you're using these tactics to milk the teat of Apex Legends in one of your most, popular and successful games that you have on your roster, it just feels like, wow, we're not even being taken care of. It feels like we're just kind of a second thought. The first thought is, boom, make as much money as possible. The second thought is, how can we keep our players happy? Of course, at the end of the day, it is a business. I understand that. There is profit to be made. There are bills to be paid, and there are ways to elevate. But like I said earlier, if you have a good core game, if you have a strong core game at its foundation, and you constantly are pushing the right updates, and you're listening to the community, and you're doing things that the community are asking for, then naturally people are going to want to spend money on the game. They're naturally going to want to invest into the game and invest into the product because it's a good product. Simple as that. Look at Elden Ring, for example. Look at From Software. They release a core great product, and then people want to go out and buy it. People want to invest into it because word of mouth is insane. It's a great game. It has great content. It'll keep you engaged for hours, and it has so much replayability. And it's sad to see. It really is sad to see, because I want this game to succeed. You know, a lot of content creators want this game to succeed, and we want this game to flourish, and we want this game to live another 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But with the route that it's going, man, it looks like it's going to go another Titanfall route, right? Where it's great for a couple years, man. People love it. You know, they love the core game. But then EA just milks the fuck out of it. They just milk it as heavily as they possibly can, and then nobody cares about it in years' time. Of course, that's the natural life cycle of most video games. You know, people play it for a little while, they love it, whatever, yada, yada, and then they simply move on to newer and better and shinier things. But at the same time, Apex has so much more to go. They haven't even reached their true potential yet. I mean, look at R5, for example, the actual community-driven third-party software that the community has made based off a Season 3 build of Apex Legends. It has dedicated community servers. It has a 1v1 server. It has an obstacle course to kind of practice your movement and parkour. You know, even with his Watson, right? He was doing like duck hunt. He was doing prop hunt. Like, there's so many different possibilities and opportunities within the game of Apex Legends to kind of, you know, pursue or see where it takes us. But, you know, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. And it sucks, bro, because there's so many routes to take with this game. And the route that we're taking right now is not the right one, in my opinion. Speaking of his Watson, he hasn't even been able to actually play the game the past couple of days because it's been riddled with cheaters in ranked, right? It's just been straight riddled with people who are aimbotting, people who are, you know, wall hacking, people who are going absolutely bonkers in these lobbies. And the sad thing is that there's no ranked like RP protection, right? There's no system to protect your RP from a cheater. So if you die to a cheater or you continuously die over and over to a cheater, sorry, man, can't help you. Your RP's cooked. You know, you can't get that back. So you pretty much feel like you're wasting your time playing ranked. And that's the sad part about it, because at its core, Apex is a competitive BR. It's meant to be competitive. It's meant to be driven for that. It's meant to constantly get better and for you to improve your skills and feel like you're climbing up the ranked ladders and stuff like that. But it's hard to do that, and it's hard to stay committed, of course, when you have cheaters just simply flying through the ranks and just demolishing everybody, and they don't get banned till a day later, 2 days later, a week later, a month later, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And it just sucks. It just sucks. It feels like you're just playing for nothing. And not only that, there's hardly any ranked rewards either. I mean, what, 4 or 5 years later, they finally gave us a badge that shows your pred number, or it has like an animated badge showing your actual rank that you got last season. Bro, it's been 4 years. What do you mean we're barely getting that right now? Same thing with leaderboards. Like, why don't we have in-game ranked leaderboards? Like, it doesn't make any sense. This game's been out for, 4 or 5 years now, going on 6, and we still don't have in-game ranked leaderboards. It doesn't make any sense, bro. But even if they did that, it would just be riddled with cheaters, which is the sad thing to say. Another thing that I kind of want to talk about is that there's no real casual lane. You either play ranked or you play dire ranked, which is pub. It doesn't feel like there's a true difference between ranked and public matches in Apex Legends, because people just play ranked like it's pub. People just run down the lobbies and the pro players are 3-stacking, right? Which I don't have a problem with. Of course, they're going to play with who they want to play with, and of course, try to gain the most RP as they possibly can. But people just run around and they try to kill as many people as possible. And there is a kill cap for the RP, but people don't even care. They want to just run it down, bro. And it just feels like there's no real lane for somebody who doesn't care about either of that, and they want to simply hop on, have some fun with their friends, and get off. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing really to grind for in the game, or there's no sense of progression outside of rank. They do have the weapon system where you can level up your weapons, but it doesn't even feel like a true weapon system. And at the end of it all you get for getting a weapon to level 100 is a banner and a damn Apex pack for a skin that you could buy with real money. Like, it feels like there's really nothing to grind for in the game. And for someone like myself, who doesn't necessarily want to play ranked all the time or doesn't really care for it and kind of just wants to have some fun and vibe out, I feel like I can't do that now. I feel like there's just better options to do that nowadays on the gaming market. I mean, you got Fortnite, which is killing it, for example. You got Warzone, which is kind of neck and neck with Apex. I've heard mixed things about Warzone, but I feel like there's more content opportunities and more fun opportunities in Warzone than there is Apex. I mean, you got Counter-Strike, CSGO, for example. You got Elden Ring, which I mentioned earlier, which is absolutely killing it. Destiny 2, which just released the final shape, which is absolutely killing it as well. I mean, there's so many other options that you can kind of go towards in the gaming industry right now that isn't Apex Legends. And of course, I always think it's a healthy thing to not focus on one game and grind the shit out of it and burn yourself out and stuff like that. You know, it's always nice to have a healthy cycle of video games that you play through so you don't kind of focus on one and burn yourself out, like I said. With Apex, bro, it just feels like every single time I hop on the game, and I know you guys probably can relate to it, where every single time I hop on the game, I'm just like, damn, why, this is not fun. I'm just not enjoying myself. Like, no matter if I play mixtape, no matter if I play pubs, no matter if I play ranked, I just don't have fun. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm in the mood to play Apex. Let's go shoot some motherfuckers, you know? And then I hop on, I get sweated on by a 3-stack. I get just absolutely cuckolded by SBMM like I'm Sneeko. And then I just get off after one game, and I'm like, okay, that's enough Apex for today, even for the week, if I'm being honest. And I mean, I feel like those feelings are there for a reason, you know? We're feeling all kind of similar for a reason, because I don't know. I don't know. The game just, I'll simply put it, the game just isn't fun anymore. Simple as that, man. Like, if you're a new player in Apex and you recently started within the past year or two, more power to you. You're probably having fun right now. You're probably enjoying yourself. You're probably having a good time, you know, learning all the new quirks and different layers and aspects of Apex. But if you're a day one player like myself, you've been playing for a good amount of time. You've been playing since I'd say since season 10 prior. Then you're definitely burnt out. You're definitely feeling the same thing I am, and you're definitely kind of just being like, damn, like what is going on with this game that I used to love? Like it doesn't feel the same anymore. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel rewarding to play the video game anymore. Simple as that. Like it almost feels like the devs don't respect your time within this video game. They don't respect your investment into the video game. They don't respect you trying to actually get better at the game, because it's just like, okay, you're going to give us money anyways if you're playing this game, so fuck you. You know? It's like, okay, we have all these different aspects, but the main core of this game is to make us money. So let's push that agenda more than anything. And it's just like, damn, man. Damn, like as a player, it's like, do you really care about me? Do you really fucking care about me? And I think the answer is no. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I know I'm not the only one who feels the same. So yeah, let me know. All right, guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for listening. And I appreciate y'all. Peace out. Mwah.